What is good, Smooth Nation? Back at it again, talk about Sun Wukong. Now, these Sun Wukong fans have been wilding out a little too much. Now, at first, it was earned because Sun Wukong deserves his credit, one of the strongest characters in fiction. He's really up there with Cthulhu and pre-Crisis Superman. He's up there. But recently, y'all have been just acting too crazy. I need to bring y'all back to reality. Need to humble y'all real quick with Sun Wukong versus Kratos. And y'all get so distracted by the power levels of Sun Wukong, you forget about his weaknesses. People say Sun Wukong will destroy Kratos. I mean, Sun Wukong, he can transform into anything. He can split off any of his hairs. They can transform into anything. He can just make Kratos fight himself. Here's the thing. First of all, he's got tons of weaknesses. Sun Wukong in the original myth, he's weak against spiritual fire. So, the Blades of Chaos, that's a big problem. That's going to be a big problem for Sun Wukong. And he's got more than just the Blades of Chaos that can create spiritual fire. So, yeah, that's a big problem. In terms of skill, I'd say they're about equal. Because, although technically Sun Wukong knows more martial arts, Kratos is just as proficient in his pancration, which in itself is just the MMA of his day. So he's proficient in a variety of martial arts, he's accomplished just as much as Sun Wukong has in terms of combat experience. He's also fought in various wars. Even before he started slaying the gods, which he's also lived for hundreds of thousands of years. So I'd say they're about equal in terms of skill hand-to-hand. Maybe give Wukong a slight experience in terms of martial art variety. That's about it. Also, let's not forget, Sun Wukong can be sealed away. In the myth, he was sealed away in the mountain by Buddha for 500 years. So Sun Wukong is weak against spiritual fire, and he can be sealed away. Also, people like to bring up how Sun Wukong has 7 different levels of immortality. He has like multiple different forms of immortality. In the original myth, he wants to challenge other immortals to prove how immortal he was. And here's the thing about that. Kratos also has fate manipulation. Kratos isn't just immortal too. He has fate manipulation too. How is Sun Wukong going to counter fate manipulation? I don't think he can counter that. See, y'all get so distracted by power levels, y'all forgetting about the other stuff. Can Sun Wukong counter fate manipulation? Even if you killed Kratos, Kratos is going to pop right back up. Remember, and again with the sealing him away, remember when Atreus sealed away Odin in that orb thing? Theoretically, Kratos could still do the same thing with Sun Wukong. He could pull out that little orb thing, sing that Hala Jaba, Hala Jaba, and seal him away. He'll be trapped in that little orb thing forever. He's been sealed away before. Y'all acting like he's invincible. He was beaten by Buddha. Oh, he achieved Nirvana. So, no such thing as the strongest in fiction. Okay? Y'all need to stay humble. Now, in fact, let's just go back to the Black Myth video game. He dies in the very beginning of the game. The very beginning of the game, he dies. Okay, first of all, this Sun Wukong is not the exact same as the Sun Wukong from the original myth. Okay, can we decide which Sun Wukong we're using? Are you going to go by Black Myth Wukong? If you're using Black Myth Wukong, then it's more consistent. Okay. If you use him in the video game, you can tell that he can be killed. No matter how many levels of immortality, he can still be killed. In fact, even in the original myth, he still got killed. You still need to team up against other people. Even in the original books, in the original Journey to the West books, he had to team up with rivals and friends in order to take down certain cosmic entities because he wasn't invincible. And he did die many times in the original Journey to the West and had to regain his immortalities over and over. Well, don't you have to defeat him like a bajillion times? Well, yeah, that's exactly what happened in Journey to the West. Some really OP villain showed up and killed him a bajillion times, so he lost all his immortality. He had to get it all back again. Okay, so even Sun Wukong in the original Journey to the West still was not invincible. But let's go back. First of all, y'all using composite characters. Can we decide which character to use it? Are you going to use Sun Wukong from Journey to the West? Or are you using Sun Wukong from Black Myth? Are we sticking to Black Myth? Can we stick to Black Myth? Because I want to stick to Black Myth. This version, he has no resistance against fate manipulation. Even if Wukong killed Kratos, Kratos will inevitably pop right back up. He will inevitably come back because he has hope. He has fate manipulation. Something that y'all keep forgetting about. I keep seeing, but his powers, like at first glance, some Wukong may have the superior powers, but Kratos has all he needs to take care of. He could get spiritual fire. So, Blades of Chaos, Blades of Olympus, Blade of Olympus, a lot of his other weapons. He can... Not seriously, Kratos has all he needs to take him down. It's not just about power. Okay, stay humble. He's got tons of weaknesses. You can be sealed away. You know, and if you're going to use a composite Wukong, I'm going to use a composite Kratos. And say that Kratos could just seal the guy away. Oh, but he can take on, he can just split off all of his hairs, and his hairs can just turn into a bajillion Kratos. Kratos has taken on plenty of armies before. He's done that saying. He's taken on armies before. He's taken on giants before. There's nothing he can turn into that Kratos can't really handle. When you think about it. Kratos has all the proper equipment to handle somebody like Sun Wukong. Especially if you use Black Myth Wukong. For that version from Black Myth. The version that dies in the very beginning of the game. Yeah. Especially when you consider that Kratos will inevitably keep coming back from death because he has fate manipulation on his side. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Kratos would be fine against the guy. Yeah, it wouldn't be a walk in the park. No, I don't. It's not a no dip on either side, but stay humble, guys. See you guys later. Smooth Nation, you are dismissed.